Yeah,
That was a
when the
problem.
Yankees was running them off, but
And they were not fun. I'm just gonna say I mean Jeter, okay, cool, but outside of that, Posada and like all them cats, you're like, all right, whoever, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Billy. I mean, now it's kind of cool, you know, with Billy playing music and all that, but that's a whole different thing. So I just I don't feel like the Dodgers did anything. Like they had so many opportunities to lose this game. Like there was way too many. The Toronto Blue Jays had a 3-2 advantage going into their home court before they had an opportunity to lose it and it slipped out of their hands.
yeah,
But for a mid-market team like the St. Louis Cardinals, right? I feel like they wait for a moment and then pounce. And right now, they're nowhere near like
right.
I think the Cubs are a little bit closer to that. That's why you see them like shifting on whether or not they're going to keep Cal Tucker, whether or not they should have kept Isaac Paredes and all that kind of stuff, and whether or not they're going to even keep Shota Imanaga. Like they're on a crucial point. The Cardinals are like rising from the Phoenix, and they still got to finish burning right now, as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned. But for this World Series, it annoys me when I heard the folks, and like you said, they're casual baseball fans, if they're even baseball fans at all, because
right.
Dodgers literally, even though they're at the top of the food chain with regard to their payroll, are one. The Blue Jays were also in that top five,
Yeah,
right? The Mets, Phillies, all of them had an opportunity to be just as good, but they decided to not look at the same places for the resources that the Dodgers end up walking out with
that's
and take
all.
risks. You know what I'm saying?
Take risks, spend.
Yamamoto was a risk. That's a lot of money.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money, bro. This was it
yeah,
250 mil for a pitcher, you
and
know?
and the new guys that are on the market, the three new Japanese guys that are on the market, they're gonna cost a heck of a lot of money too, which also kind of takes me to my point that I was making with basketball, other sports, how go international. We have this infatuation with with international products now in the American game. It's called American fatigue. All right, don't believe that, and it's mostly, and in a lot of sports it's Black American fatigue, but in
Ooh,
baseball we don't have. They've been had that in baseball. They just call it now. We replaced them with Dominican, no speaking English. Right, same complexion. Right, a third of the price, like Gary Sheffield tried to tell you years
exactly.
ago. Right, but
Yeah.
we don't got to go into all that because everything Black people say nowadays, somebody has some fatigue for it. So
Yeah.
I know they fatigued as hell of me because I'm a
Hey,
because I'm a
tough.
because I'm gonna
Hey,
call it like it is. But they got the three Japanese guys coming. Now it's a what you call a fad of sorts. So they're gonna have a lot of the big teams throwing money at these three guys, thinking
yeah,
that it's gonna put them over the top. When, like I
yeah,
said, with the Dodgers, it's just team construction. They were just a little savvier. They
yeah.
knew that they didn't play with their fans and say, we can't spend money because we'll go broke. Billionaires sitting up there owning two different teams, Walmart, big corporations, Anheuser-Busch, whatever they friggin' own, right?
Yeah,
And saying we can't spend the money, we can't afford it. But then you have other larger market teams. What make them large market is they just spend a bigger portion of their revenue on winning because they know that winning brings money. Small
amen.
market team want to lie to you and tell you that if we spend all our money to the middle, push it to the middle of the table, and we want to win, yes, you'll buy better players, you'll have a better chance to win. And in a division like the NL Central, my God, if you
Yeah,
spend a little money, you'd
little,
win for the next 20 years.
little. Could you
Right?
imagine?
Ain't
A
nobody trying to, the Reds ain't trying to spend any money. All those players you got that you see now, Hunter Green, Will
yeah,
Benson, it don't matter. They ain't going to be there in
yeah,
3 years.
Kevon
Trust
Hayes.
me.
Yeah. I mean,
Pittsburgh.
I wonder
O-
if they're even going to keep Cruz for long
O'Neal
enough.
go, O'Neal Cruz gonna be gone.
Yeah.
Skane, he
I mean,
already got a pinstripe uniform on, Dodgers LA cap
do you
in
think?
his
I don't know.
closet.
I guess he would. I guess he could go to the Yankees
In
if
his
they got
closet.
to it.
Oh, the one thing, I think eventually the Yankees are gonna get back to that spot where they want to be the Dodgers again. And they're gonna start doing things. But I gotta say that old Yankee team, again, they had four homegrown guys who started that dynasty, who they developed in the farm system, and people miss that. Like I said, there's examples of plenty of teams that spend money, the Mets, the Blue Jays, and some teams, like you said, when they see they're getting close, like Toronto, so they're getting close, they go out there and spend the money. Missing this World Series kills teams like Toronto, kills teams like the Diamondbacks, who went against the Rangers a couple years ago. It was really up for grabs for a team that ain't gonna win again in a long time to win.
Oof.
Because some teams go all in every year, some teams don't. The Yankees going to spend, the Mets going to spend, the Dodgers are going to spend, but the Yankees didn't go all in, and people are upset. They talk about, oh, why don't they go get Kyle Tucker? Why don't they go get this guy? And then the Yankees management tells you we don't need to make any moves. That's for people to react adversely to that. That's a panic reaction. You know why?